We heard from Michael Russell that we don't just need a Plan B. We need a Plan A to Z, and we have lots of ideas to do that. This week, Europe dominated the agenda.
The Scottish GDP is estimated to be 6.1% lower by 2030 compared to continued EU membership. And that equates to each person in Scotland an equivalent cost of around £1,600. And this now looks like the best case scenario.
After flagging up the economic harm an inadequate low deal with the EU is expected to have, I voted against the government and in support of the Lord's amendments to the UK Internal Market Bill on Monday and again on Thursday. The SNP has been consistently clear. This bill must be ditched. It is an affront to democracy and does nothing but isolate the UK further. Scotland can do so much better than an out-of-touch Westminster system acting against our interests. I raised concerns over the UK Human Rights Act review.
During the current negotiations, the EU have asked for a guarantee that the UK won't do away with domestic law giving effect to the ECHR, but the UK have refused.
I expressed concerns about misinformation impacting on COVID vaccination take-up.
Recent studies have shown as few as 54% of the UK population are certain to have the vaccination. There is clear need to counter misinformation, be that online scare stories or jingoistic nonsense.
A union of equals has never existed. We heard at PMQs this week that even the pretence has ended.
The Prime Minister can spin all he likes, but everyone can now see the total contempt this UK government holds for Scottish interests. Northern Ireland gets the single market and customs union. We get nothing.
On the peacekeeping statement, I raised the importance of international aid.
According to the UN, about 12.9 million people are affected by this crisis in Mali, with 6.8 million in need of humanitarian assistance.
Then I voiced concerns over data rights, post-GDPR, once we leave the EU transition period.
As the end of the transition period looms, how will the UK government ensure that digital rights law not only lives up to the EU's high standards, but exceeds them?
The scandal of prosecuting refugee victims instead of criminal gangs smuggling them was the subject of my Attorney General question this week.
But in recent months, the Crown Prosecution Service has started prosecuting refugees crossing the Channel simply because they were the unlucky ones forced to steer the boat.
The latest coronavirus restriction levels have now come into force.
This means West Lothian is now in level 3 and Falkirk in level 2.
We've made a lot of progress, so let's stick with it and keep protecting ourselves and each other. As always, please drop me a message to arrange an online advice surgery appointment if you require my assistance. And this year, due to social distancing, my office Christmas appeal is taking place online. It's in support of our NHSangels and patients. There are links in the description if you would like to contribute. As the week ends, we wait to discover if the UK has no deal or a low deal. It's a far cry from the easiest deal in history or last year's claims of oven ready. Does anyone remember the last Westminster election? A year ago today, and your votes at the Scottish Parliament and subsequent referendum will ensure that it was the last.